Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have about 4 minutes. When the pool begins and the pool leg, could I have everybody please standing at 10:30?
Once more.
If you can not stand right in front, please.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
We pretty much on time.
Hey, how about a hand for Marine Force Pacific Band Ensemble? Thank you. Okay, we have about 1 minute. When the pool begins and the pool leg, could have everybody else please stand? Thank you. Please stand.
Now we all go Pua Puli Pua or Kani Monty Maki Naka Pelicolani. Oh, Kali here. Oh, Yakado, Ya, my Kiki, my Kiki Boy, my Kappa Kapoe, Kani. Hey, Akapuri Kalaiwa. Hey, Anna, Yakamia. Oh, oh, now you got me to like what? Eh, le fue no ya na kanoi. Oh, kakino ya no ine. Ni ane. Oh, yo mai. Aditi mai no oko. Diti puno me te aloha. Aloha 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 now my poor my gladi glado my go kuya kalabai now my kuya lo ya ka kawi kalani o ki ha kalani o we kalani nu kalani ka holo kalani ka pula o Oye, church of Hawaii, Malamoto Yamato, Ulukalani, Ulukaholua, Ulukpaan, Ohagoi, oh my kike, oh my kike, oh my kakamai, oh my papalua, oh my kamana, mama, Wanoa. Aloha. We here at the Hawaiian Church of Ignatius are very proud to welcome you home, to say mahalo for your services. Right? This morning, when we entered the sacredness of the pu, the sound of the pu, the kani, yeah, the oli that we started off with, the Oli Maikai, this Hela Maikai, this chant, Eala Ua'au, that I did, is a blessing for a good day. Right? The Kahuna Kakalaleo, the mana here, she went do another chant, Nohoana. She came in with Nohoana. This chant is for protection. It's an holy holiday. And so we come today, blessing for a new day, and asking for protection in all that we do. And we ask that Akua protect you guys. Yeah, and mahalo. Nui loa for all that you have done. The next chant I did after was the Oli Aloha. It was the welcome, the Onauna. Very intimate chant. Yeah, that talks about the fragrance of the lehua and the hala. The lehua is actually the first warrior. And that's why we wear the red, not only to represent the sacredness, but also the warrior. Yeah, the bloodshed that has happened. And so we respect that. And we wear the colors and we understand the sacredness. I then called Na'aumakua. I called all our family guardians to come be with us today. These are Aumakua. You might know them as the Mano, the Honu, the Pueo, the Ipo. These are all our Aumakua to watch over. Our family guardians, our Mohana, our Pupuna, who stand before us, stand behind us. Right? With this, what I like to do now is I like to celebrate a Ula Kahiko. And a Ula Kahiko is to Kane. Kane is God of fresh water. Kane Kabai Ola. Kane Nuya Kea. And in Kivalina, Kane comes down from the heavens and he spends time with the people. Right? Makoku.
Kevelina my name, Kekinio Lalo.
Kevelina,
Kevelina maine Ehini yola lona oa o tuka Na hele o pu Akai kanoho Kauai kaukai no Kane kapapai lohi Alau kalo helani Apila nila Ala Ala Wama ono kane Ika awa wakau Keke ha'i kauluna Wahi olan I kamawena Kibaya ke kapa A kamoe a hopo pa'akai Agini la una E ala e ala e ai Kemelina maine, he hini no la lona hoa o ka uka, na hele o kun, a ka hika no ka uai ko kani, o kane ka papai lohi, a lau ke la elani, a pila ni la, e ala, e ala, Mono kane ika apau keke ha'i kaulun wahi olan I kamuena kipaya ke kapa a kamoe a ho'o pa'akai a hini laula hae ala e ala e a hae
Inono kane.
Inono kane.
Alright, hey, no, kane. I had you guys standing because I have one more chant to do for you. That's why I kept you all standing. I would like to do a chant for long life. Yeah. And as the kahuna is cleaned up and we exit, I want to do this last chant. Yeah. O kauola. O kauola I te atua. E nana mai kau mau pula. E ola I kaniko. A makeole. A palalahala. A kauriga puane ane. A laila. Flavia Yamato e telo o akua. A mama wanoa. Ano kahu. Ano kaheli. Ano
With the left, there's a Mazda with a license plate Ken. Please move your car before it gets towed. We're gonna be having the Pacific Command Joint Color Guard shortly. Please stay standing. And for the national anthem and Hawaii Pono'i, Miss Haliana Parish will be singing it a cappella. And she is a graduate of Oregon State University with a bachelor's degree in speech communication and business management. And she is the current Miss Kakapo 2016. And she'll be competing in the Miss Hawaii pageant in June 2016. Color guard! Reset colors!
Reset. Oh.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Arm. Ready. Two.
Hawaii pono I nana I komo I kalani ali ke ali makualani e kamehameha e na kawae pane mekaihe makualani e kamehameha e na kawae pane mekaihe.
More time. March. My turn. March. Unsee. Color. Go. Color. Ready? Two. Knees and up. Order. On. Ready? Two. Left. Face. Forward. March.
Please remain standing. Invocation will be by Chaplain Stephen Judson, Commander, U.S. Navy retired.
I'm actually going to invite you to be seated. I'd like to take a moment to comment so that hopefully you can be as involved in the invocation as possible. In preparing this week, I went to places that I've locked away, that I've labeled dangerous, don't go there. And I've done it so that I can be fully present today in this important day when we welcome you home, when we provide a safe and loving environment. and hopefully bring some peace. As I mentioned, words and terms like the draft, Tet, Fubai, Chulai, China Beach, Hanoi Hilton, baby killer, tunnel rats, Laos. It may trigger for you some emotional experiences and times. I found that as I went there, a place that I had protected myself from because of the difficulties of those days, I now allowed myself to be remembering the people, the events, the places that actually had a positive, profound impact. And I hope that the same will be true for you. I will be praying in my tradition. I invite you to pray in yours. Holy Lord, faithful and loving God, we give you thanks for this day and ask that you be with us and among us as we honor, recognize, and welcome home the generation who fought and bled in a war called Vietnam. Today we reflect on a time when this nation and our families were divided over what was right and good about fighting in that distant land. When some accepted the call to serve and others sought ways to avoid it. When many faced unimaginable horrors or were ordered to do difficult things. When the best of us paid the ultimate price or were imprisoned in inhumane places by inhumane people. When it was discouraged to wear the uniform upon return home for concern over disparaging remarks or open hostility. When there was little support for those who endured the physical and invisible wounds of war. For many, God of peace, the tumult has not ended with the cessation of hostilities and the return home. And so we look for your guidance, comfort, and peace. Some today will pick the scabs on old emotional wounds in hopes of a better and more complete healing, or to share with another how they overcame the struggles to move on, as comrades in arms are wont to do. O great healer, let this truly be a new beginning for us all. On this Good Friday, it is appropriate that we beseech you, O God, who has paid the price for our sin and offers us complete and total forgiveness, to help us to forgive ourselves as well, and be released from the heavy burdens that weigh us down, no matter what they might be. Today is not just about the hurts and pains of the past, O Lord, and remembering those who served in Vietnam. We need also to recognize your divine guidance in how hospitals, schools, and orphanages were built and maintained. How so many service members asked not for packages for themselves, but supplies for orphans and the injured and poor. How many refugees were sponsored by our families and churches and communities, and the children adopted by military members. For those who demonstrated the true heart of America, we give you thanks. For God, we recognize that the support for today's service members and their families is as vibrant and relevant as it is, in great measure because Vietnam veterans saw to it that this nation would care for those who went into harm's way on her behalf. We ask your blessing upon them that their good work will continue for the betterment of those yet to come. It appears, good Lord, that there will continue to be conflicts among the nations, and those who will seek the destruction of others. You gave to us people like these gathered today, who are willing to risk their lives to stem the tide of evil, and yet continue to serve in so many capacities for the good of others. They are an example for the present generation, and we thank you for those who yet today rise to the defense of our country. Bestow upon them and their loved ones your blessing, and may our hearts know peace. Lastly, God of comfort, who has provided a home for those who now rest from their labors, hear us as we remember aloud and in the silence of our hearts the names of those we loved who served in Vietnam and are with us only in memory. Ralph DePace, John Gulliver, Al Whitlock, Bob Winters, bless and keep us now and forever. Amen.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ed B. Goodsman. I'm the director of West Oahu Vet Center. On behalf of the West Oahu Vet Center, Honolulu Vet Center, and the VA and other organizations that made this possible, welcome.
Excuse me, everyone, there's a black Mazda, belongs to a person by the last name of Kim. They're blocking a hallway out, a driveway. They're about to tow your vehicle, if that's your vehicle, please. So black Mazda. Thank you.
Okay, we don't want a car towed away, don't we? Distinguished guests are today Honorable Lisa Barono, Honorable Martha Kai. Welcome. We also have Pacific Command Representative, Senior Chief Musli, U.S. Army Pacific, Command Sergeant Major Brian Lambert, Pacific Air Force, Colonel John Paul Mickle, our Director for National Memory Cemetery of the Pacific, Mr. Jim Horton, for our Pacific Islands Healthcare System, Ms. Kate Hanson-Schmidt, for the VA Regional Office, Mr. Maramoto, Randy Maramoto. Governor Hughey's office is Mr. Thomas Lee, Military Liaison Representative. And we also have a representative from the 14th Coast Guard District. Normally, I'm going to yield. We have a lot of surprises in our ceremony today. And one of the surprises I have for you today is that I'm going to yield my opening remarks to the Honorable Senator.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, this is, can I take this off? Yeah, it's better this way, I think. I'm height challenged, some of us are. It's really wonderful to be here with all of you this morning. And I know that there is an entire group of folks in the other room, right? There's another room because there are so many of you who have come together as we begin this process of commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam conflict. I'm really proud to be here as a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee as well as the Senate Veterans Committee. And in those two committees, I spend a lot of time making sure that we not only take care of our active duty members and their families, but when they transition into veteran status, that transition is as smooth as possible. We have had so many hearings in the Veterans Committee on the needs of the veterans, and I want to thank all the veterans organizations who have come forward to really in brotherhood and sisterhood to support each other and all the programs that we have in place to support veterans and your families. And in fact, I just want to mention one bipartisan bill that I hope will pass the Senate, and it is a bill that will streamline the benefits that survivors can get from the VA. And the faster we can get these benefits to the survivors, the better. So this is a bill that passed the Veterans Committee, and I hope that it'll come before the Senate and we will be voting for it. The Vietnam